driving your car and wearing your sneakers, it's the same thing. They both take you places. You're meant to beat on them, but you don't. You take care of them and you clean them. They're actually very, very similar subcultures. You get into cars for different reasons. I think the reason I got into it is the ability to go wherever you want. There's a lot of freedom with it. But also I liked having something to take care of. I'm a development manager at a reputable media company. A lot of the stuff that we cover is based on fashion, footwear, culture, but one of the things that I focus on is the automotive department. A lot of how I got into cars was through my brother. He was a part of, one of the local car scenes with like Volkswagens and Audis and BMWs. We would go to these Volkswagen shows and these car meets. And the aspect of it that I liked was like everybody brought their own different style. You would look at somebody's car and kind of get a feel of like their personality. And I also liked the idea that everybody was inclusive of each other. My first car was the E36 M3. That car really cemented how I wanted to get into cars. The ability for me to understand aspects of the car, that was kind of like the journey. From that, I moved on to an E90 335, which is my first turbo car. After that, I got into JDM stuff, Miata. My Evo, I missed the Evo so much. I was getting older, like 35, and I was like, okay, let me make more mature choices. I went to an M235, which is a bit more mature. Felt like the E90, but it was a bit classier and more modern. And then I finally got into Porsches after that. My first Porsche was a 911 Turbo. Absolute monster of a car. It's to the point where it was almost scary. And a lot of people ask me, like, what do you mean by scary? It's fast for a 20-year-old car. That's the scary part. Then Hurricane Ida hit. It got flooded, completely totaled. I remember that night I went down and I saw the garage staff and he looked at me and he was like, it's gone, dude. I was just like, fuck. So after all of that, got the insurance to pay out for it. I took that money and got what I have now, which is a 981 Cayman S. It is a slower car. I drove the 911 Turbo as I should, spirited and all of those things, but I never really gave it 100% because where can I do that? Where the Cayman, I can actually 100% it, like every once in a while and get that feeling. It's just as fast. It's just a different experience. And I think that's what I like about it. I never thought I would like a red car because I always thought it was kind of garish, but I think I'm at the point of my life where it is a midlife crisis. So owning something a little garish is fine. I want to say that I do enjoy car culture and I do enjoy my car. I want it to look a little loud. The 981 is 80% of everything I ever wanted. The only thing that's missing is back seats. And that's okay because a lot of my friends, they don't get my love for cars and oftentimes they just want to ride. If that's the case, I mean, they could just Uber. Naturally aspirated engines, I haven't driven one in a very long time. And that sensation is a little lacking until you realize you're driving it wrong. The Cayman, you need to wring it out. You need to be in second gear the entire time. Realizing you have to wring it out just encourages you to drive the car as you should.